Hey.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome back, Misfits, and welcome back to a new episode. Today, we're continuing the series of Who Are They?
Who are they?
Who is they?
Who are these people?
Today, we're talking about the Gentiles. And last week, we talked about the Israelites, and we hope that, that you learned something about who they were. And you kind of, as you read the Bible, it just makes a little bit more sense now. Mm-hmm. But now we're talking about their counterparts, and they are known as the Gentiles.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, the dictionary defines a Gentile as a person who is not Jewish.
So really who they are not.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, okay, got it.
There's the Jewish and there's the not.
The episode is over. Yeah,
yep,
that's it.
We're good.
Right.
Everyone learned something today.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you for listening.
Exactly. This episode is 43 seconds.
Yeah.
So although, of course, it's true, right? The Gentiles are those who are not Jewish.
That's like the overarching
idea
here.
We're going to go a little bit deeper. So let's just get this out of the way first before we dig in. Yadi and I and you who are listening to this, unless you're Jewish, are Gentile.
Yes.
That's the
who are not.
That's the basic premise of what this is.
Do you know if you're Jewish? You're not. You're a Gentile.
Exactly. So as you read the Bible and it's referring to Gentiles, it's talking about you.
Yes.
It's talking about
You're
me.
in that group.
Exactly.
Welcome.
We are the
Welcome.
Gentiles. Yes. We have jackets and pins and it's a club.
Yeah. It's a club. Yeah.
Exactly. So interestingly enough, Gentile, the word Gentile means nations. According to Smith's Bible Dictionary, the term Gentile doesn't really describe who someone is, but like Yadi said, rather it describes who they are not, mainly a Jew. Mm-hmm. A Gentile is one who belongs to any nation or people group other than the Jewish people group. Right. The Old Testament often describes the Gentiles as tribes who worship other gods, representing other nations. So they were often hostile towards Israel, warred with her, and exiled her people.
So Gentiles did not have the same access to knowledge of God's laws, and they usually broke God's laws repeatedly because, again, they were outside of the nation of Israel, didn't have access to that kind of information. So a little teaching moment. Although the Israelites were God's chosen, note that he had accepted foreigners. Kind of throughout the Bible, we see it in portions in Exodus where they're celebrating the Passover, and they're able to be kind of part of the Israelites as long as they obeyed. So there's a verse in Exodus in chapter 12. It says, if there are foreigners living among you who want to celebrate the Lord's Passover, let all their males be circumcised. Only then may they celebrate the Passover with you like any native-born Israelite. But no uncircumcised males may ever eat the Passover meal. So there were kind of these exceptions. They kind of had to ask. They had to make sure that they were being obedient. But we see even back then, like, they were still
they were still included, yes,
but it was a very small percentage.
Yes, especially if you heard the episode where we did the episode about Abraham, how God gave him the instruction that the males should be circumcised, and that was an outer sign that they were followers of Yahweh. Then these Gentiles, if you want to come join the party, homie has to get circumcised because you need to.
That's part of the obedience.
You need to be able to show that you took that step.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. So furthermore, we see throughout the Bible that God was going to be God for all nations and not just the Jews. So as you continue to read throughout, not just in Exodus, there's other parts of the Bible that say this. And we have Daniel chapter 7, verse 14. He says, he was given authority, honor, and sovereignty over all the nations of the world, so that people of every race and nation and language would obey him. His rule is eternal. It will never end. His kingdom will never be destroyed. Again, all nations. Yes. And we understand that Gentiles means nations. Yes. So we understand that that's included. Galatians 3:28, there's no longer Jew or Gentile, slave or free, male and female, for all are in Christ Jesus. We also see in Romans 10:12, Jews and Gentile are all the same in this respect. They have the same Lord who gives generously to all who call on him. Again, everyone's included. And then Matthew 12:21, and his name will be the hope of all the world. All being the main word here that we want to emphasize.
Yeah.
Now these are some examples, but we just wanted to make sure that we pointed out that although the Gentiles started out pretty much as a separate nation, or everyone but the Jews, we are now basically one nation under God because of Jesus and his sacrifice. That's what the Gentiles are.
Yeah, that's what your Gentiles are. You're a Gentile. I'm a Gentile, unless you're a Jew, then no.
We're all Gentiles.
But we're all Gentiles. So we hoped you learned more about the Gentiles today. And so whenever you're reading the Bible, we hope it makes a little bit more sense. And maybe as you're reading it, you can kind of identify more with them. as being part of that nation. So we hope that this made sense. We hope that you enjoyed this episode, and we'll be back next week for another episode of this series. As always, this is Fran.
This is Yadi.
We are the Midtown Misfits, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.